Hi, it's me again, and exciting news in the world of TV licensing. Look, a new TV license fee update ahead of planned payment rise. Well, I wonder what this important update could be. We should probably take a look, right? So the fee for a TV license is set to rise with inflation next April after a 2-year freeze. As I'm sure you've all heard in the news, it's going up, and they reckon it's going to be £169.65, up from 159. I mean, it's not good value anyway, so it's going to be even less good value. The problem is the people that are sort of controlling this sort of thing and get to make the decisions are quite pro BBC. Lucy, who's culture and media secretary at the moment, like the 50th one we've had in the last couple of years or something, she is pro BBC. She wants the BBC to thrive, and she wants the BBC to survive through all of this, and she wants to support the BBC because she thinks they do a good work. One of her predecessors, who's still got some skin in the game, he's a Minister of State for Media, Tourism and Creative Industries. How that's different to Lucy's job, don't quite understand. But Sir John Whittingdale, who was my local MP for a long time, he's the MP for Malden, which regular viewers know I film a lot of my videos down that way. He is also a strong supporter of the BBC, and he's got some things to say about it. He told MPs he was not able to say exactly how much it will increase by, as it had not yet been determined. He said, "The government recognised the importance of television to people of all ages, particularly older people who value television as a source of entertainment and companionship and as a way to stay connected." Well, the government don't recognise that so much for most of the old people, because the government were in charge of administering free TV licences for everyone over the age of 75, not just those receiving pension credit as what get it now. They reneged on that deal, passed it over to the BBC, who said they couldn't afford it, and now most people over the age of 75 have to pay the TV licence fee, which will be going up soon. So they don't recognise the importance of television, particularly older people who value television as a source of entertainment. Why take their free licences away then? It was a government promise by his party. He's a Tory. It was his party that promised to provide the free licences and then reneged on it as soon as the election was won. So I think you know how I feel about John Whittingdale by now, but let's carry on. "We remain committed to ensuring economic security for people at every stage of their life. We believe that the BBC has a duty to ensure that it uses its substantial licence fee income to support older people. 3.7 billion quid a year, which is more than the GDP of many countries in the world." And John Whittingdale says the BBC should use its substantial licence fee to support older people. What do you mean by not making any shows for them? You mean by cutting massive cuts to local radio, which old people love, by taking away the over 75s TV licences. Come on, Mr. Whittingdale. Let's make some sense one day, shall we? It says here, a third reading of the bill will take place in Parliament on Thursday, October the 26th. How old is this article? Oh, I must have had this one bookmarked for a while. Sorry. The Office for Budget Responsibility has predicted the estimated increase will take revenue received by the BBC from the licence fee from 3.7 billion to 4 billion pounds this year. 4 billion quid. And when you think of all the big hit dramas or the big hit TV shows that get discussed, how many of those are made by the BBC? I can't think of many. I can't think of many at all. They're always Netflix or sometimes ITV, sometimes Channel 4. Very rarely the BBC. They're making cuts all over the shop. They change the news for the worse. They're cancelling Newsnight. They're cutting 1,000 hours of new programming a year. They're knackering local radio, and they're still going to get 4 billion quid a year. In what world is the TV licensing system right? All the other channels have to stand on their own 2 feet by making stuff to suit a commercial market. And the good thing about that is it incentivizes you to make better stuff, because the better the stuff you make, the more views you get, the more advertising revenue you make. BBC don't have to worry about that. They can sit on their asses and do nothing, and they will still get 4 billion quid a year. How is this a good system? How is this a system that works. John Whittingdale. What do you think about this? Let me know your thoughts about all this down in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Hit all the buttons and everything while you're down there. And if you do that, hopefully I'll get to see you in another video again soon, won't I? Ta-da.